Hail, Reckoners! Today we are playing the closed beta for Bloodsports TV. This is a very interesting game because it is very similar to a MOBA, but with purely cooperative elements. I will show you what I mean. Let's see, how do I want to do this? So there's 4 classes. You've got your Slayer, your Bruiser, your Regulator, and your Medicus. The Slayer is the melee DPS. There's 2. Each category has 2 characters. These locked ones are simply skins for the above characters. The tank, I wonder if you can guess what that does. It's the damage dealer. Actually, let me go more detail. So the Slayer is the melee DPS. The skills the abilities they care about the most are attack damage, and lifesteal, vampirism. Also, that has a lot of overlap with attack speed. So those are the 3 main things I guess you look forward to. The tank, HP obviously, and I'm not sure what else. I haven't played the tank's the one I've played the least. I think they care about attack damage. Both the Slayer and the tank deal fair amounts of threat. Obviously, the tank's goal is to out-threaten the Slayer, so he's the one taking the damage. The Regulator is the only character class with stuns. So this is my favorite class, I think. So they're both ranged. Kati has an AoE concussion grenade. Buzzer Inholm has a single target one. Both of them have slight delays on them. Kati's is an AoE, which is nice, but I think Buzzer's has a faster response time. I prefer Buzzer because his stun has a passive ability, his or her. His has a passive ability where the first time he shoots an enemy, he deals massive bonus damage, such to the point where at rank 2 you're pretty much one-shotting the low-level scrubs, and like most MOBAs, you only get gold for last hitting, and so if you one-shot guys, or even second-shot guys, you're probably going to get the kill. So that's why I like Buzzer a lot. Kati's kinda cool because she's got a lot of dots. She's a teleport, which is cool, but she just seems really squishy. Buzzer's just super resilient with his stuns, and he's got really good range. The last class is the Medicus, both of which are pretty interesting. Luna is really cool because she's actually kind of like an offensive, very short range, but not melee range, healer. Her Siphoning Dart does pretty good damage and heals her. Her Hux Flux is a very short range spread attack, just instant spread, does damage to enemies, heals allies, reduces attack speed of enemies, increases attack speed of allies, so it really encourages her to get in there and mix it up. She has this dash which is more effective. She dashes through allies, and then her ultimate makes it so you heal if you shoot the targeted guy. Unfortunately, excuse me, because people like Luna, and I think to a certain extent Kati, but mostly Luna, because their healing comes from close interaction and synchronization with them, I don't see them played a lot. And I think that's because right now it's closed beta, so there aren't a lot of people online, which means there's a lot of pickup groups going on, so there's not that coordination that you need to get them to work. They're probably, realistically, at a more competitive level, better, because once you get that synergy, it really pays off. But most often, if you have a Medicus in your group, you're going to see Elizabeth, because her Q is just that target, really far range, you're healed. That's a massive heal on a pretty short cooldown. Yeah, she's got buffs, everyone, yeah, she heals. It's all she does, pretty much. A little bit of debuffs. Her repulse is crap. I definitely have a lot more fun with Luna, but I definitely feel like I'm a more effective healer when I play Elizabeth. That being said, the Slayers are pretty good at keeping themselves healed, just because a lot of their skills give them some sort of life vamp. So the other thing I want to point out about these characters is there's this system in the game called the Path to Glory, and that is, as you play the classes, this is the tree for Medicus, this is the tree for the Regulator, this is the tree for the Bruiser tank, and this is the tree for the Slayer. As you do things, you get buffs. So, for example, I've played the Regulator and the Slayer the most, as you can see. So I have Regulator's maximum energy increased by 100, Regulator's attack damage increased by 10, Regulator tech power increased by 15 tech powers, like AP from League of Legends and that sort of thing. So yeah, across the board, across both characters, I get these buffs now. You also unlock these titles and game methods, and the titles are combined. So I'm a rogue right now. I guess that's a combination of what? Oh, rogue. Oh, it's the last. I guess it's the most recent one I got. Maybe I can change my title somehow. I really don't know. So yeah, let's look at what people are doing right now. We've got 2 full groups. I'm not sure how to change what I'm looking for. Let's try Pro League 1. Let's see if that affects that. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna do some solo queue stuff for now. Guys, hit their play at it. Lone Wolf. We'll do. Oh, I see. I didn't realize the numbers actually made it slightly harder. That's cool. We're just gonna do Amateur League 1. Which will be easy mode, but I just want to show you a little bit of each class. I'm not going to show you each character, I don't think, just a little bit of each class. Yeah, and so I definitely like Gunvald the Mad better because he's cool. They both look pretty cool, but he's like the pure berserker. This guy is just like, he's a little tankier, I think. He's got a lot of moves to deflect damage, and it's all about timing, so he's got some, He's a little more fun to play, honestly, just because you have to pay closer attention to when he uses abilities, as opposed to my character, where I just stack attack speed and spell vamp and just kind of sit back and let him go. But, I mean, they're both pretty fun. So, similar looking item trees to MOBAs you may be familiar with. My starting gold amount is pretty high. Right now I just got an item to increase attack speed and vamp strike and kind of give me a continuous fighting bonus. We're going to go with this move, which increases passively my attack speed, but when I activate it, it gives me more attack speed and vamp strike. Yeah, so this is the only map I've done. Scroll. I can't scroll down. This is bad. There's creeps off to the sides. So basically, in between waves, you can be back and fight. And get creeps for extra experience and money, obviously. The point of this is to hold off waves so you can launch missiles. We're launching 4 missiles and you consider it a win. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can see early on, just kind of beating up guys. Don't have to worry about last hitting. Turrets do have little defenders, but they deal negligible damage, but they tank pretty well. They'll give you a decent window to fight in. So here's a named guy coming in. He's got a heal move, which is annoying, so we're going to shut him up because we got our Q, which silences non-boss enemies and gives me a damage buff against them. Incoming wave, so this will show you vaguely what's incoming, and you can see on the minimap the red dots as they come in. Self-explanatory, I think. Ooh, an old outlaw. We're going to some lifesteal and shut you up. Oh, he's going for the group heal. I prioritized very poorly there. We may die. I didn't buy a pill. That's something I need to do. I need to buy pills. Pills here. Let's kill these guys real quick and get some more H to the pizzles. Good, we got our dash and a backstab. That's good for dodging as well as getting extra damage. So, when we launch missiles, we have about 40 seconds to back and buy. We're going to get this, which will deal 30% attack speed and as well as a little poison. So we're going to fight these guys for a little extra money because we've got 25 seconds, which is plenty. So these 2 guys are always laughably easy. They're the same. Up here, you have these 3 guys who, at this level, I can't take, but are pretty good. The issue is sometimes they take a little longer to beat, so you might have team members fighting these guys while you're trying to hold off waves. I've never seen anyone beat this guy. I think that's for longer games, because the longest game I've done is... I don't think I've done a 10 waver. I've done a 7 waver. And at that level, you don't even get close to max level. Like, you'll fill out 1 move maybe and have like 2 or 3 ranks in each of the other ones. Probably around 2. So yeah, that's level 15, so never seen anyone beat him. I'm sure he gives you good stuff. I really like the AoE dodginess of this. I like games that are kind of like fighting games where you have to react to enemies' moves, and you can react to enemies' moves. It's not just dependent on your character moves, like actually having something that just being able to move. Oh, no, heals. Silence. Pow, backstab. This is, I want to show you a boss. So a lot of the waves are... I'm not sure what determines how waves regress. I believe it's probably pretty consistent. I certainly don't notice massive swings in composition between games. Oops, stop that. This guy's... having the interrupt is super nice. It doesn't work against bosses. I don't know if the other classes' stuns work against bosses, but they certainly appear to interrupt. One thing I forgot to mention is in the boss spawn zones, you can see that little like dimple type pattern on the floor. That means spikes will shoot up and damage you quite massively, so you cannot step in those and just kind of camp. I'm not sure if that's I don't think there's a strategic reason for that game-wise. I think it's more for a mechanic reason where they didn't want to have to worry about spawning enemies colliding with champs in that spot. We're level 4. Let's see what we can do. We got 17 seconds. This is probably not going to go well. I mean, I'm not going to die, I don't think, because I got lifesteal like a beast. Yeah, okay, that was fast. We just got our ult. Our ult is a lot like... I don't know how to describe it. You dash to and through the target, and within like 4 seconds after casting it, you can dash up to 2 more times for a total of 3 dashes. It does massive AoE. It basically clears waves. Basically, if I dash to him and go through him and out the other side, just do that a couple times back and forth, and the wave would be gonzo. So it's pretty potent at just getting rid of loads of trash mobs, and does decent damage to tier whatever, slightly step 1 above trash mobs. They come in with these blue auras. I'm not sure that's actually a damage shield or what. No ground slam, please. I do not like the ground slam. It hurts me so much. As a rocket barrage, that did pretty decent damage, which I don't like. One thing I like about Slayers is their base movement speed's quite high, which you would expect, as opposed to the Medic, which has crap speed. Let's just get rid of everybody, because I'm lazy. That was my ult. I was low on the HP, low on mana. You don't get heals, punk. We're gonna teleport back. One thing this game likes to do, which I really like, is it'll spawn a big wave down branch, whatever, and then spawn a small wave of like 3 to 6 guys off to the opposite branch, and that's it does a cool job of trying to split up the team in a good way. So you have to have team members that work well on their own. This guy's kind of a bad example, just because he works so well on his own for this game type. So you'd be like, why would you ever need a healer or stun support? Just because this guy's kind of gross, I think, and how good he is. Now, that being said, I'm also the only one here, so I'm being super fed. I don't, for some reason, don't see this guy too often in the teams. I see the other Slayer picked more often. I think for the resilience factor. I'm not sure. The game does a very good job of scaling. This is the final boss. There's a couple, I've seen 2 different ones, I think. Blast Wave's gonna deal pretty good damage. Ow. We're gonna dash and dash and dash. Haha, confuse you. So confused. So, yeah, this guy's also probably the easier of the 2 bosses I've seen. His only real thing that he does is that big AoE, which can get close to one-shotting some of the other classes. Usually there's not that many ads either, so we won the game, we won the level, yippee skippy. The harder bosses is, I'll describe it in case we don't see them, because I'm pretty sure the 4 waves are going to be the same every time. The other boss is this big old green guy. What did I get? These are the things I'm working for. And he has this move, which is an AoE around him. There's just like an aura that follows him around, and if you stand in the aura, he drains your health and gets it back himself. And so when you're playing with people who don't know what's going on, it's really annoying, because what you're supposed to do is just run away and kind of kite him until that goes away, assuming it wasn't interrupted. And if they don't, it just really sucks, because he gets healed. So that can make the fight take forever. We're going to choose this guy because his Mortal Strike is kind of like a Jarvis dunk. Not Jarvis dunk. Garen dunk? Nope. Draven. The one who, if you kill someone, it gets reset. He just doesn't get reset, but it's similar. He does a lot of damage, unlike the other tanky guy. And I don't think I'm going to show you a full run through. I'll probably just show you a couple waves and then switch to a different class, just to show you what this guy can do. What do you want to build to? right now I've just been following their recommended items, because I am lazy. We'll go with the one that increases damage, because we want to be a little more damaging. We don't really care about tanking, because we're the only character, so we're going to be holding aggro pretty well on our own, I think. He's got an AoE, which damages nearby enemies, knocking them up in the air and disorienting them. That's another cool thing with this game, disorientation. It doesn't do anything on its own, but disoriented enemies... the attack speed and move speed is reduced if they're disoriented, but also if they get stunned, it's 50% more effective, so that's really cool, because he doesn't have any stuns, so it just is good synergy with other people. Yeah, good stuff. Not a lot of cooldowns. I don't know if... different champions have different ranges. Like, I don't know if this club has reach or not. I don't think it does, but that would be cool. He's slightly slower than the last guy we were playing, but not debilitatingly so. Obviously, his attack speed is significantly slower. Yeah, so that's a little annoying. I mean, we're going to be slower, because we're just not a damage dealer. Let's get some speed up, though. We don't need attack speed! Take that! I club you in the face. The announcer just sneezed. That's hilarious. Hi to the hilarious. I really wish I could scroll down. The reason I can't scroll down is because I'm playing in windowed mode, which means my mouse won't hit the bottom of the screen because it'll leave the game window. And I'm playing in window mode because I like to be able to see my recording software to make sure it's all running, because if it's not running, that sucks. The big one. This is a dash, which does damage and taunts them. Okay, got it. And you're dead. And we'll teleport back. Just want to get my ult, because my ult does massive, unblockable damage, causes 1000% threat, and when I'm hit while using my fast speed attack, it reduces the cooldown of that one. So it is very cool. Let's get 200 extra health. My sonic carapace is almost finished. Let's go kill some guys. I run so slow, I don't know if I have time. We'll do it anyway. Poof! Take that. Poof! Okay, yeah. He's got AoEs, so he's good to go. Let's get up here. I drained a lot of my mana, though, unfortunately. Depressingly. Another group of outlaws? As far as the story goes for this game, I'm not really sure what it is. It's some sort of entertainment thing. These bandits are coming, and as we defeat them, if we defeat them, we launch a missile at their villages that they came from, which isn't very nice. But so I'm not sure if we're fighting here because we're afraid of villages getting launched. So he got knocked in the air, but not interrupted. That's interesting. Is that an AoE swipe? I cannot tell. That was odd, but cool. Take that. And some of that. Oh, I didn't charge. What a pity. We got our ult now, kaboosh! Oh, that's on you, because you're big. Just one-shots that guy. It does so much damage! It would one-shot me. But it does crazy damage. So he said champion no more. I thought for some reason in my head that meant a champion had died. Like if I was playing with a team, a member had died. But apparently not. Apparently champions are just the big goobers. I am taking damage, and that is untoward. You hear me? Untoward. Are you gonna die? Just kill him. Oh, did I click the wrong guy? That's disappointing. Just kill the little ads real quick. And we'll wail on you for a bit. You think you're tough? You ain't crap. Wave success. Maybe I will show the full wave. I think I might show the full wave on this and just split this into 2 episodes or so. I don't know, I'll finish the wave and I'll keep talking and we'll see if I'm interested or not. If you're seeing this, it means I think I'm interesting. Feel free to correct me to bring me back to real life in the comments below if I'm not. If this is repetitive and boring. But MOBAs by their nature, I think, are repetitive, but not boring. So these little points, I'm not sure what they do, story-wise. Bad guys will come and destroy them. I think they're worth points, because once you finish the game, you get a score. And it's a factor of a lot of things. These might contribute to that, I'm not really sure. Je ne sais pas. Poof, poof, poof. Boom, take that. How do you like them apples? You're dead. Get dunked. Oh, you're shooting me and it really hurts. Not really. Ready for the action. One thing I like about this game is the aesthetics. You know, the kind of punk that... I wouldn't say that Borderlands brought it to popularity, but Borderlands was probably a factor in bringing this look to popularity. The kind of thing you see with like a lot of, I guess like Joker style art with like smiley faces and... is that a good example? Die Antwood's a good example. Stop healing, you turd burglar! Use the moves when I tell you to. I got out of the AoE, which would be a dare. Just dash through them and beat the crap out of all of them. Can you do that? Dunk that guy. He's toast. It needs a shorter cooldown. I know it has a way to get a shorter cooldown. Those jumping guys are annoying. They do a really good job at aggroing you when you're a ranged class and coming up to get you. So let's see how well I can fare against the boss. I want to see if I can knock, what's his name, up in the air. Assuming it's the big guy again, which it very well might be. What buffs do we have? We have 10 damage, 700 health, 15% armor, enemies attacking you take 20 damage and have a 20% chance of being disoriented for 3 seconds. Disoriented enemies have 20% reduced movement and attack speed, and stuns are 50% more effective against them. 600 health, 8% armor, reduces damage taken from enemies' attacks by 5, and 5% more armor, bringing our armor up to 42%. Damage at 133 is pretty high as well. Okay, wave incoming. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Biggie? Oh, yeah, of course it is. One other interesting thing is, so while the bosses may not change... Oh, he has ads. Some of the bosses come in with ads, like special guys, which are really tough. Annoyingly so. Yeah, hit me. I'm under my little move. I get cooldown bonuses for hitting me like that. So whale away. I want to save my energy. Gotta hit him with my Mortal Strike. Do it. Poof! Dunked like a punk.
The gladiators show their worth.
This TV wasn't working last night, so I'm glad it's working now. It just shows what's going on. Before it's just kind of staticky. It's kind of cool to get that extra information.
But I'm not sure it would matter.
Amateur Lee took me a little less than 8 minutes. That's the perfect time. The perfect time. So say we all. Okay,